Namaste and welcome back to Harmonious Spaces, our 15th episode.
15 already.
Can you believe it? Time flies when you're having fun, huh?
It really does. It really does. And talking about Harmonious Space is always a joy, especially when we have SOS Realty backing us.
Absolutely. They are the heart and soul of this show, really. They just get it.
Yeah.
You know, they understand that it's not just about like square footage and location. It's about creating a space where you can actually like live and breathe and grow and, you know, just be
yourself. Be at peace.
Exactly.
And today, we are going to be focusing on the space that perhaps most reflects that inner peace, the bedroom.
The bedroom, our sanctuary, right. The place where we recharge, reconnect, and hopefully wake up feeling like ready to take on the world.
Ideally, yes.
Ideally, yeah.
But sometimes that's easier said than done.
Oh, tell me about it. But you know what's fascinating is that according to Vaastu Shastra, there's a lot more to a bedroom than just like picking out a nice duvet cover.
Yeah.
Apparently, the placement of things, the direction your bed faces, the colors you use, all this can actually have a huge impact on your sleep, your relationships, your overall well-being.
It's true. Vaastu Shastra gives us these really cool and ancient insights into how to design our spaces to actually enhance our lives, like unlocking this secret code to better living.
It's like a recipe, but for your bedroom, you know, a recipe for good sleep, good vibes, good everything.
A recipe for harmony, you could say.
And if you're loving this and want to learn more about creating your own little pockets of harmony, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We've got a lot more to share.
A lot more tips and tricks up our sleeves, so to speak.
So, you know, when we talk about bedrooms in Vaastu, it's not just about aesthetics, right? It's about energy. It's about understanding how the energy in your bedroom influences your mental health, your relationships, you know, everything.
It's really about recognizing the bedroom as a foundational space for cultivating calm. Imagine like this. Your bedroom is this quiet pool of stillness in the midst of, you know, life's chaos. It's the place where you come to just let go, de-stress, and recharge.
I like that, a quiet pool. And Vaastu basically gives us the tools to design that pool to make sure the water is, you know, crystal clear and refreshing, not like murky and stagnant.
Exactly. And one of the first things Vaastu looks at is the placement of your bedroom within the overall house.
Location, location, location. Everyone's heard that, right?
Especially in real estate. But it holds true in Vaastu as well. And for the master bedroom, the southwest direction is considered, you know, the gold standard.
Southwest is best. I've heard that. But why is that?
Well, the southwest is associated with stability, grounding, and, you know, that sense of security.
So for the master of the house or the mistress of the house, it's about having that strong foundation, like the roots of a banyan tree, right?
Exactly. And if you think about it, you know, traditionally in an Indian haveli, the most important rooms, the head of the family's quarters, they were always in the southwest.
It's like the heart of the home, the strongest part of the structure.
Right. Now, on the other hand, you want to avoid putting the master bedroom in the northeast.
Ah, the northeast. What's wrong with the northeast?
Well, nothing's wrong with it. It's just that the northeast is associated with spiritual energy, with new beginnings, with a very light and flowing energy.
Like a river constantly moving.
Yes, exactly. And for the master bedroom, you want that grounded, stable energy, not the constant flow.
You don't want to be tossing and turning all night, feeling like you're being swept away by the current, right?
Right. And this can be especially important for the primary earner or decision maker of the family. They need that stability to function at their best.
It's about creating that sense of, like, calm leadership. Right. Now, what about the kids' rooms?
Oh, the kids. For them, you want a different energy altogether, right?
They've got energy to spare.
So for children's bedrooms, Vaastu recommends either the northwest or the west directions.
Interesting. And why is that?
Well, think about it. The northwest is associated with movement, change, learning, exploration, all things that kids are like naturally good at.
Right. They're like little whirlwinds of energy constantly on the move.
Exactly. So putting their room in the northwest is almost like harnessing that energy, giving them a space where they can really thrive in that active, curious way.
It's like giving them the freedom to be themselves, to explore, to make a mess, you know, all within the bounds of their own little space.
Within the bounds of Vaastu, of course.
Of course. And the West, you mentioned the West as well. What about that?
Yeah, the West is associated with completion, so it can be a good choice for older children who are maybe focusing on their studies, you know, starting to need a bit more focus and concentration.
Like channeling that energy into something productive.
Exactly. And what about when we have guests over?
Guests, yes. Where do we put the guest room?
Well, for a guest bedroom, the northwest is a good option again.
The Northwest again. Interesting. Why is that?
Well, think about it. Guests are, by definition, temporary, right?
Right.
They come and go.
They're like passing through.
Exactly. So the Northwest, with its energy of movement and change, is a nice fit for that. It's a space that's welcoming, but doesn't have that same feeling of permanence as, say, the master bedroom.
It's like you're giving them a little pocket of energy that's perfect for their short stay without disrupting the core energy of the
Yeah,
house.
exactly. It's all about balance.
So we've got the location sorted. Now, let's talk about what goes inside the bedroom, because Vaastu doesn't stop at the door, right?
Oh no, it gets even more specific.
And one of the most important things, of course, is the bed. I mean, it is the bedroom, after all.
It's the heart of the bedroom.
So where should we be putting this heart, according to Vaastu?
Well, ideally, the bed should be placed in the southwest or south corner of the room.
Southwest or south. Got it. And which way should our heads be facing?
South or east is considered ideal for the headboard.
South or east, and why is that?
Well, the south is associated with deep sleep, with that grounding energy, like we were talking about earlier. And the east is associated with new beginnings, with that fresh energy of the morning sun.
So you wake up feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the day.
Exactly. It's all about aligning your body with the natural flow of energy.
Are there any places we should definitely not put our bed?
Oh, yes, definitely. Avoid putting your bed directly under a beam.
Under a beam. Why is that?
Well, beams are thought to kind of carry a heavy energy, you know, and having that directly over you while you sleep can create this feeling of pressure, almost like a weight on your chest.
It's like sleeping with a worry on your mind, even if you don't consciously realize it.
Yeah, and it can disrupt your sleep, your peace of mind. Similarly, you don't want your bed to be directly in line with the door.
In line with the door. Why not?
So the door is where energy is constantly flowing in and out, right? And if you're in line with that flow, it can be like sleeping in a draft. It can be hard to settle down and get that deep, restful sleep.
It's like being caught in the crosswinds, You're never quite still.
Exactly. Now, another thing to be mindful of is mirrors.
Mirrors. What's Vaastu's take on mirrors?
Vaastu generally says, no mirrors facing the bed.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Well, the belief is that mirrors can disrupt your sleep by reflecting energy back at you, keeping you in a more active state.
It's almost like you're being watched, even if it's just your own reflection.
Right. And it can lead to restlessness, anxiety, difficulty sleeping.
It's like your energy is bouncing back and forth instead of settling down.
Exactly. Now, as for storage, wardrobes and all that,
where should we be putting our stuff?
Vaastu recommends using the south or west walls for storage.
South or west for storage. And why is that?
Well, those directions are associated with stability, with grounding. So placing heavier items like wardrobes there helps to anchor that energy, create a sense of solidity in the room.
It's like weighing down the boat, making it more stable in the water.
Exactly. And then, of course, there's the whole question of electronics.
Ugh, the elephant in the bedroom, or maybe the smartphone on the nightstand.
It's so hard to escape them these days.
So what does Vaastu say about our gadgets?
Vaastu generally recommends minimizing electronics in the bedroom.
Minimizing. So not banning completely, but keeping them to a minimum.
Exactly. Because, they emit those electromagnetic fields that can interfere with our sleep.
They're like these little energy disruptors buzzing away even when they're on silent.
It's true. So creating a tech-free zone in the bedroom can really help improve your sleep quality.
It's like giving your mind a break from all the digital stimulation.
And allowing your body to truly rest.
Now let's talk about colors, because the colors we surround ourselves with can have a big impact on our mood, right?
Absolutely. And Vaastu has a lot to say about color, especially in the bedroom.
So what colors are we looking for in a Vaastu-friendly bedroom?
Well, generally you want to go for calming, soothing colors.
Colors that whisper, not shout.
Exactly. Think light greens, like the color of new leaves.
Fresh and calming.
Yes. Or lavender, pastel pink, maybe a warm cream color.
Like a sunrise, soft and gentle.
These colors create a sense of peace, tranquility. They help you relax.
It's like creating your own little oasis of calm.
Now, what colors should we avoid in the bedroom?
Are there any color no-nos?
Well, generally you want to be careful with very bright or very dark colors.
Like fire engine red or midnight black.
Yeah, those can be too stimulating, too intense for the bedroom. You want a space that promotes rest, not excitement or drama.
It's like the difference between a soothing cup of chamomile tea and a shot of espresso before bed.
Exactly. One helps you wind down, the other gets you wired.
Speaking of winding down, let's talk about furniture and decor? Or what kind of vibe are we going for in a Vaastu bedroom?
Well, the key is to create a soft, welcoming atmosphere.
Like a warm hug.
Yes, exactly. So soft lighting is important.
Like warm bedside lamps instead of harsh overhead lights.
Right. And natural fabrics are great too. Cotton, linen, things like that. They create a more breathable, comfortable energy.
It's like wrapping yourself in a soft blanket.
And when you're choosing furniture, try to go for pieces with rounded edges.
Rounded edges, interesting. Why is that?
Well, sharp corners are thought to create a bit of tension in the energy flow. Rounded edges are more gentle, more harmonious.
It's like the difference between a smooth pebble and a jagged rock, you know?
Exactly. And a little greenery can also be really beneficial.
Plants in the bedroom, I like that idea.
Yeah, plants like peace lilies or snake plants are great. They purify the air and bring in this lovely, vibrant energy.
It's like bringing a little bit of nature indoors.
And speaking of bringing things indoors, what about those of us who share our bedrooms with a partner?
The couples out there. Does Vaastu have any tips for a harmonious love nest?
It does. It does. One simple tip is to use paired objects in the decor.
Paired objects like what?
Like matching lamps on either side of the bed or a set of cushions, things like that.
So it's about creating that sense of balance, of togetherness.
Exactly. It's a visual reminder of the partnership.
And it's important to avoid clutter, especially under the bed.
Ah, the underbed clutter monster.
So many things get lost under there.
And it can create a feeling of stagnation, of things being stuck.
It's like you're holding onto the past, literally, under your bed.
Right. And that can affect your sleep, your relationships, your overall energy.
It's a time for a good underbed clean out, maybe.
Exactly. And let's not forget about artwork.
What kind of art should we be hanging in the bedroom?
Well, go for images that evoke feelings of peace, love, harmony.
Like a beautiful landscape or a happy couple.
Right. Avoid anything that depicts conflict, sadness, loneliness.
No sad clowns or stormy seascapes.
Exactly. You want your bedroom to be a sanctuary of positive energy.
Now, sometimes, even with the best intentions, we end up with a bedroom layout that's, not quite Vaastu perfect.
It happens to the best of us.
So, are there any common bedroom mistakes and any easy fixes?
Oh, absolutely. One common one is the bed facing the door, which we talked about earlier.
Right, that whole energy flow thing.
So if you can't move your bed, you can try using a room divider or a curtain to block that direct alignment.
Like a gentle redirection of the energy.
Right. If you have a mirror facing the bed, just cover it at night.
Easy enough. A nice throw or a tapestry can do the trick.
And if you have those overhead beams, which can be tricky to deal with,
You can't exactly move a beam.
you can try hanging a fabric canopy over the bed.
Like a soft, protective barrier.
Exactly. It helps to diffuse the energy and creates a more cozy feeling.
And for those who want to get started on creating their own Vaastu-friendly bedroom, we've put together a list of recommended products in the episode description.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, we've got everything from natural bedding to soft lighting to air purifying plants, just little things that can make a big difference.
It's all about those little touches that add up to create a more harmonious space.
Well, that brings us to the end of our bedroom deep dive.
Time flies when you're talking Vaastu.
It really does. And in our next episode, we're going to be shifting our focus to the bathroom, that often overlooked but very important space.
Ah, yes, the bathroom. So much to explore there from a Vaastu perspective.
We'll be talking about placement, design, all the things that can create a more harmonious and, dare I say, refreshing bathroom experience.
It's not just about aesthetics, it's about hygiene and energy flow.
Exactly. So stay tuned for that one. And for those who want to learn more about Vaastu, we've got some great book recommendations in the show notes.
Some real classics in there.
Yeah, books like the Vaastu Workbook, Vaastu, The Indian Art of Placement, even a book called Sleep Smarter for those who are really struggling with their sleep.
And if you want a more general overview of creating harmonious spaces, there's a book called Designing Sacred Spaces that's really insightful.
It's a great read. And if you're ready to take your Vaastu journey to the next level and actually get some expert guidance
For real-life application,
I highly recommend connecting with SOS Realty. They've got a fantastic team who can help you with everything from finding a Vaastu-compliant property to redesigning your existing space.
they're the pros.
They really are. You can find their LinkedIn profile in the episode description, so check them out. They're great. And as you drift off to sleep tonight, think about your own bedroom. What small change could you make? Maybe just shifting an object or adding a plant. that could bring in a little more harmony, a little more peace.
It's about those little steps that can lead to big changes.
Exactly. And before we sign off, a little reminder that all the information we share on Harmonious Spaces is for informational purposes only. Always consult with a certified Vaastu expert or an interior designer for personalized advice.
It's always good to get professional guidance.
And do your own research, read those books we mentioned, and make informed decisions that are right for you.
It's your space after all.
Thanks for joining us, and until next time, may your spaces be filled with harmony.
And sweet dreams.
Namaste.